What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fishing the 262. Today we're going to talk about 6 soft plastics that I experimented with last year, and not one of these single 6 is going to be in my starting lineup for 2025, and most of these I'll probably never buy again. I think you're going to notice a little bit of a trend here when I start going through these, so let's get right into it and let's talk about these plastics that didn't make the cut for me this year. Up first is the Mylar Minnow. These baits are amazing looking. I caught a few fish on them, but for what they cost and the lack of availability on these, they're just not a player for me. Availability is super important. You got to have something that not only catches fish, but something that's easy to get your hands on. This is not easy to get your hands on in my part of the country. So it's a JDM product. I know you can probably get this through the hookup tackle here in the States, but then you're going to pay significantly more for it versus buying direct from Japan. Up next, we've got another OSP product. This is the Doe Live Craw. It's got a really natural pincher on it, but this bait, again, availability, affordability, and I just didn't catch a ton of fish on it. It's not going to stay in the lineup. These are out. This is not a bad bait necessarily. It's just the availability and price, to be perfectly honest with you. Got one more here from the OSP lineup. This one is actually a fish catcher. I will use the remaining of what I have on this, but I'm not going to buy any more. Simply, again, I like availability and I like baits that catch fish. This bait actually caught some fish for me. I threw this strictly on a drop shot, but having to order directly from Japan or pay through the nose to get this through the hookup tackle, it just doesn't work for me. I'm a little too frugal for that. If it was like blowing other drop shot baits out of the water, I would pay for it, but this one does not do that. It's very similar to any of the other drop shot baits that I use. It does catch fish. It's just with availability being a problem. This one's out. I would recommend this bait though if you guys don't mind paying for it or if you don't mind waiting for something to come from Japan. It does catch fish. It's a good bait. It's just not for me. Coming up, I've got another fish catcher here. I caught a bunch of fish on these. My issue with this particular bait is durability more than anything else. It's expensive if you have to buy it locally or order it from the hookup tackle. Some of the shops around me are starting to carry this, but the durability and $10 a bag if you buy them local here, it just doesn't add up for me. I had several of these fall apart on a Carolina rig. This is the Depths Bull Flat 3-inch. Like I said, I caught fish on it. The durability is just quite poor on it. And they were literally falling apart on the hook sometimes without ever even catching a fish. So durability at $10 a bag, this is a no-go for me. It does catch fish though. We got 2 more left to look at here. This one is a JDM product by Valley Hill. It's called the Jocko B. This one I would not recommend. I will never buy this again. I bought a few bags of this. I threw it on a hover rig. I threw it on a Ned rig. I threw it under drop shot. Never got bit on it. It just didn't fit the bill for anything I wanted it to do particularly. It's a good looking bait. It didn't work for me. This one is 100% out of the lineup. We'll never buy this again. Don't even know that I could feel good about recommending this, even if you can get it direct from Japan. When you get them direct from like Japan Tackle, you're going to pay about $3.90 a bag for these. So pricing isn't bad on them if you buy them direct. But it's got to produce, and that one just didn't produce. The last bait I was really kind of optimistic about and looking forward to is this guy right here. This is the Keitech Hyper Spider. It's just a really dainty little 3.2-inch spider grub. It just lacks profile in my opinion. It looks really good like on a free rig, but it just didn't catch enough fish for me to justify keeping this one in the lineup. I've got a few packs of these left. I'm not sure. I'll probably use them up. I may sell them on eBay. Haven't decided what to do with those. But these 6 baits, you guys, none of these are going to stay in the starting lineup, and the one thing they all have in common, with Keitech is readily available, right? It's still a JDM product, but it's readily available. Tackle Warehouse, a lot of shops will carry that, but these other ones are not nearly as readily available. They're all JDM designs, and they just didn't cut the mustard for me. I'm kind of out on JDM plastics overall, you guys. I think I'm done with them. Again, it's just the availability, the price factor. I need stuff that I can walk into my local shop and just buy when I need more. These do not fit that bill. some of these are good baits. They're just not for me. I hope this helps you guys out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think in the next one, we're going to talk about some new baits that I tried that are going to stay in the starting lineup and are readily available. So we'll look forward to putting that video out, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Tight lines, everybody.